I did this as if I wasn't going to. Look, but if you haven't already, buy The Harvest. Do it. I mean, it's a lot of poetry for the buck. It's a lot of very good poetry indeed. One Sam Gwynn actually, did a very good review of The Harvest in no less than the Hudson Review. I mean, most of us, it takes 2 years to get shit out of those people, but he got
20.
Yeah, I mean, I really, 20, yeah. Actually, the longest I've ever known anyone to have between submission and form rejection was 8 years.
That's a long
Yes, that really happened. So Harvest, this baby right here, do get it. So Jeff is from Texas. Jeff has a background not only in sort of literary studies, but actually in clinical psychology. And that informs his work. And while one might be afraid that this might lead to a certain degree of miserableism or whatnot, it's not so much that he's dominated like by the dark side or something, but rather that he lets it into his poems, lets it into, I think, perhaps a fuller view of the human experience that is at times disturbing, but never less than profound, and always fully worth the reward. Oh yeah, there's also CD. Do you have a brand of mustard, Jeff?
That's plenty.
Anyway, yeah, so all this stuff, get it, and listen to Jeff Holt.
Thank you, Quincy. Oh wow, I can read from up here. I've been watching everybody come up here, and I was wondering, how can they see from up here?
Is it too dark?
No, it's not, actually. That's the wonderful thing. Okay. All right. And I also wanted to express my appreciation for all the poets tonight, and especially for Nick Friedman. I think we come from a similar muse, Nick, actually. All right. This is...
I just speak up a little bit.
Okay. This poem is called The Harvest. A stranger is planting seeds in parts of me, staking his claim in my internal land. He turns his spade, I twist in agony. I pray that he will tire and rest his hand. At first the stranger dug within my breast. A lump arose, the first fruit of his crop. He left it there, never content to rest. He moved into my lungs. He will not stop until he's drained my soil of nutrients. To him, my organs are just ripening. He doesn't know he toils at my expense. I'm just a field that he is harvesting. And next poem is a cheerful little number on marriage called Our Murder. And I'll just read it. The deadest smile that ever scaled a face was brighter than these pale white empty walls. Worn tracks of furniture I can't replace haunt me like stale regrets. Some nights she calls, entangled in old dreams that still defy our sensible despair. The phones that twist our voices close present the fleeting lie that we still share some space. But soon the list of practical absurdities, the mail, lawyers' fees, locks on doors, draws out the heat behind cool phrases. And then our voices fail as silence settles on us like defeat. Our talking now is just a hollow show. We murdered conversation weeks ago. And this next one is on something that I've seen happen more and more frequently. I'm a licensed professional counselor is what I do for my day job, but I do it at a company. I'm a corporate slob for Blue Cross Blue Shield. Oh God, I said that on camera. I love Blue Cross Blue Shield, but I've seen it actually at every corporation that I've worked at, the same thing. When somebody gets fired, they get fired in a very certain way, and it reminds me of George Orwell's book 1984. Honestly, they get disappeared, and this is how it happens. A disaster. A brief discussion, then security, like ants, spring into view. The suits have come for you. Others will pack your things for privacy. You tried to tell them you could work much faster. They stared and you despaired. You thought your boss had cared when you were sick. She hissed, "You're a disaster." All present shook your hand, wished you the best, their eyes like chips of ice. Walking, you feel a vice gripping your gut. You failed the final test. Not knowing why, you drift between blank men, out of a tomb you'll never haunt again. Now this one actually is a little lighter. I do come from Dallas, Texas. I don't claim that. Actually, my parents are from Illinois, but I have soaked up some of the culture. So I just imagined a one-night stand with, say, a trucker and somebody he might pick up. And this was published in Angle, if you guys read Angle, so you might have read it there. It's called The Turning Tide. He stared in darkness, wanting something more than sex and breakfast. She lay fast asleep. He watched her drool. She'd let some out, then keep sucking it back like the tide at the shore. He'd tell her, "What? Oh, baby, I adore your rosy cheeks." She'd think he was a creep. He wasn't clever and he wasn't deep. He had some wheels, though, and he wasn't poor. He touched her neck. Grumbling, she scratched his wrist. What would she like? A fancy bra? His key? He'd buy more flowers. Walmart had a sale. This woman wasn't just a piece of tail. He'd have to put the seat down when he pissed. She drooled. He drifted, dreaming of the sea. See, I am romantic. I do have a romantic side. Now we're back to work again. The bright pain. This is about having migraines at work. He couldn't make his wife or bosses understand. The bright pain slashed beneath his twitching eye, then gouged in deep. The project he had planned blurred light gray smoke against a grayer sky. Shutting his door and turning out the light, he huddled on his secret, sacred cot. Lie still, slow breaths. All this will be all right. The meeting starts at 2. Damn it, I've got. At each bold thought, the dagger stabbed again, hacking fresh wounds. He lay limp in despair. What kind of man allows his pain to win? When Mike had warned him twice, then Kate's dark stare. Back to the doctor, knowing what he'd say. You're stressed. Relax. Take these and go away. Need some water. I have water. No, I have water.
Oh, okay. It's a full service hosting here.
Yeah.